Hey Gemini, how are you doing? We're going to go ahead and get into your reading. I've started off the readings a little differently, and I've just been telling each sign as I'm recording your sign for the first time, because I don't want to take credit for this, but from here on out, I am going to start the readings like this. At least at this point in time, that's what I want to do from here on out, okay? Let me check the volume real quick. Okay, we're good. So, and if you want the link, I started doing these lymphatic and fascia exercises. And at the end of the workout, he had us put our hands over our heart and breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. So you can just repeat after me. If you don't want to partake, just fast forward a little bit and we're going to get into the reading. But Gemini, you could just breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, and repeat, I am whole. I am loved. I am more than enough. All right. Let's get into your reading. Doesn't that feel good though? You know? Because it's true. Okay. All right, Gem. So focus on who you are looking to receive a message about. I'm going to pull some cards and we'll clarify as we go. All righty. Put this over here. All right, so let's see. Wow. I feel like this is you all. So I feel like this is you. The crow is my Gemini card and it's air. All right. So maybe you all, the last reading I did, I definitely was picking up on strongly for a lot of you, someone new. Okay, maybe someone new that you have your eye on, and the crow can also be indicative of that energy, someone that you see an opportunity with. Okay, so all right, let's see. Gemini's person, this person. All right, here we go. The bee. Yeah, there's more air. Okay, so could be another gem, could be a Libra, could be an Aquarius. All right. Excuse me. For some, yeah, actually, I'm still getting like that crow energy. So, whoever your person is, I'm also seeing the swan and I'm seeing the golden egg. And this is why I'm still getting that crow energy, because I feel like whoever your person is, they could be focused on something new, a new opportunity. Could be, they may seem withdrawn because they're focused on, career. All right. All right. The birth of something new. And something that they're waiting to receive a message about. Okay, so this is like something I'm getting for their own personal life, Gemini. All right, let me pull some more cards. But whoever this is with the bee energy, they may, this person could be like in a position of authority, a boss. Okay, I always get queen bee. Most of the time, the bee, it says they have a very joyful, bustling personality. Okay, this could be somebody you work with, or yeah, that you have to cooperate with in some sense. The bee is, great until they're overworked. Then they complain. Okay, so let's see. Let's see what the situation is with you two. Healing heart. Okay. Healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationship or addiction. Let's see what you're desiring here. in this connection, Gemini? Passion. Okay. And saying chemistry, like each other equally, having fun. And what's stopping, let's see what's stopping you from getting what you want here in this connection. Okay, here we go. Love call. Someone expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you and letting you know. So what's interesting is the golden egg is the unstruck sound. It's a message, okay? So your person could be sitting with, with a message for you. They just haven't expressed it to you yet. So that could be what I'm seeing. And let's see what the result is here of what's happening with you. Oh, okay. I don't know if that, getting twin flames, but I would have taken it in reverse. Yin yang, zen, balance, union, duality, coupling, complement each other. Yeah, I'm seeing some other cards. So I'm getting twin flames in reverse, but this is what I'm going to talk about on the extended, okay? So let's get into what I'm seeing right now. Okay, Gemini, sorry about that. Let's start here. I was getting into your person showing up as the bee, and I was getting I was looking at the golden egg being yellow, and then I'm looking at this energy being yellow. And I was getting actually very specific information. Whoever this is, they could actually be experiencing issues in terms of like they could be healing from surgery. Your person may have also found out like some news that is affecting them. It's I get a bit of like a nervous energy, and I'm getting the abdominal area. Okay, so just letting you know, this is something I'm picking up from your person. Okay, they could be very concerned with their health right now. All right, and I am getting healing. Like, this is the situation with you all. So I feel like your person, like, there's things going on in their life that they're, healing from, and it's a number of things. Okay, potentially health issues. All right, and a lot of you could be watching this because they seem very withdrawn. Like I said, I got the swan energy, I got the the golden egg. So whoever this is, they're sitting with information. They're sitting with just, I don't know. They're trying to like wrap their mind around, I don't know what's going on in their life. All right. So, and maybe, I don't know, you could be very concerned with them. I don't know, for some of you, I feel like this person, you sense something's wrong and they're not telling you everything, and they're just like, trying to maybe continue on like business as usual, I'm hearing. Okay. They're carrying on business as usual, but I think you're over there like something's wrong though, Yeah, the Five of Swords. And this could be you, like you're just like, what's wrong? The way they're communicating could be very confusing, because it feels, maybe the way they're communicating, Gemini, feels very like business-like, with the bee. Like they're talking to you about routine and daily things happening, going on, but it feels very non-emotional, You know, it feels like they're not fully expressing, you know, themselves. Okay. And I feel like that's what Healing Heart is going to tell us more about when you know, we're going to get into the situation. But the Five of Swords, I feel like this is also your person. This could be, you know, it is air. It's Aquarius energy. All right. Yeah. Just conflict. I do think your person is experiencing some sort of change, even with the golden egg. It does give me the vibe of like some sort of, there's a transition happening, okay, with your person. And they're just kind of, I don't know, in a space of like wondering how this is all going to go, okay? Something could be, something's telling them though, Gemini, I feel, to be very reserved with their emotions, to be very reserved with how they express themselves right now, okay, in this connection with you. Let me pull one more card for, let's clarify this, your person. The Eight of Cups, emotionally withdrawn, you know, Pisces energy. I was going to say, this person could be like Pisces with Venus and Aquarius, okay? Got Saturn in Pisces. Saturn just moved out of Pisces into Aries, okay? So I do get this person behaving very emotionally detached right now. Not enough. All right. Frustrated in the relationship. Yes. Lack of confidence, self-sabotage, fear and ego issues, jealousy. What I'm getting though is that, I don't know. Okay, I'm going to speak to now the connection with you all. I kind of see this person like saying to you, Gemini, like, maybe they feel like they can never do enough. They like, it's never good enough. That is something that I'm hearing. Like they, you know, maybe they're saying to you, you know, it's almost like I'm picking up on their energy. Like I see you, Gemini, you're like, what's not good enough? Like, you know, where they're even confused about what they want. Okay. This person could have jealousy issues. All right. Lack of self-confidence. They may feel like right now they need to, like at the moment, emotionally detach from the outcome with you two. That's usually what I get with the Eight of Cups. It's like, but it's a self-preservation mode, you know, in order to kind of like save myself from being let down. I need to maybe understand that maybe I'm not going to get everything I want with Gemini in the end. Okay. So that's why maybe the way that they're speaking to you, the way they're talking to you, it could be confusing because you could be like, well, you're not like, maybe they're being very cryptic in the way that they communicate as well. Okay. So Healing Heart, freedom from toxic relationship or addiction. Okay, let's see. This is what's happening right now. Clarify. Clarify what's going on with Gemini and who this is right now. What's happening here with Gemini and who this is with Healing Heart. The Ten of Cups. The 8 goes to the 10. So this is like, I think this is Venus and Pisces, which I think we're literally in Venus and Pisces right now. Ten of Cups is like fantasy. It's Neptune energy. And this is what I'm getting with your person. Like they may feel like, you know, and you could feel like this too, Gemini. You know, maybe that was just maybe. Okay, I'm starting to get it. I feel like this is your person. It could be you too. You know, I'm getting that it could be the both of you. Okay, but there seems to be like a very idealistic way of looking at, like, this is what I imagine life looking like. This is what I imagine, you know, marriage, and it's very like that Pisces daydreamy type of energy. Okay. And so this isn't happening, right? The ideal situation is, it's like, you know, no matter what we do, we're not getting this. We're not getting this happy ending. We're not getting this, you know, everything we want. And so that's causing right now this heartbreak. And I feel like for your person, I'll just say it for them, but if you feel as though like you can somewhat identify with this, then own it. That's fine. But I am getting with your person, like, they're like, this isn't living up to my fantasy, you know? Maybe they fantasized about what a relationship would look like with you, you know? Maybe they, you know, pedestalized this, you know, what, you know, they may have even like fantasized about you before you all got together. Okay. And it's like your person is like, this isn't living up to my fantasy. Okay. And so they're like, what's going on? You could be saying that too. Like, what's going on? I thought this was going to be different, you know? I'm getting that the both of you could be very heartbroken about, like, you know, wow, this isn't what I wanted things to end up being. And that could be, you know, heartbreaking too. It's like, no, I wanted this with you. Or they're like, I wanted that with Gemini. I still want that with Gemini, you know? I still want the, you know, the happy ending here. I think this person, like, if you're not even talking to them, they still want to work things out with you. And for a number of you, this is somebody that already left. They already walked away, but they didn't want to walk away. Okay. They walked away because they had to, but I feel like they still fantasize. I think the both of you do. You all still fantasize about, you know, what could have been or what could be. I think you both may still be romanticizing. That's the word, romanticizing what life could look like with each other. Okay. So let's see. So what you're desiring is passion, right? Like insane chemistry, like each other equally, having fun. Can we clarify what Gemini is desiring here in this connection? Who this is? The devil. It's this person. You know, I saw addiction. Yeah, I saw the addiction card. This is, I'm starting to get now, like for a number of you, this is something that's been over. The Grim Reaper is here. This is something that has been over. Okay. Um, and I mean, I don't know. It could have ended last week. I don't know. It may have ended when Saturn went into Pisces. A while that was a while ago. What, 2 years ago? 2 years or so? 2, 3 years? I don't know. Or it recently ended when Saturn shifted into Aries. Okay. Yeah, and so we're in Pisces season, but I do think for a number of you, you could be like, I want that old thing back. You know what I mean? With the devil. Or I want something I'm not supposed to have. I want that toxic relationship. Okay. And some of you could be like, no, I don't. Then it's not for you. Okay. Maybe some of y'all just want to have a good time. You know, if you know what I mean. Okay, that's what the devil. I'm just saying. Um, this could be a Capricorn. This could be a Scorpio. Okay. Yeah. It's funny because that heart is like burning, right? So, yeah. Five of Wands, more Saturn, Ace of Cups. Interesting. Hold on. It's almost like you want something here that you're not supposed to. I'll just be blunt. You want something here that you're not supposed to want. Okay. Um, maybe it's a bit taboo, you know. I'm getting for some of you, you may, work with this person. Okay. You have some sort of like with the bee energy, there's some sort of relationship. Some of you, this could be the mother or father of your child or children. Could be an ex-husband and ex-wife. You see what I'm saying? And so there we go. That's how this is really going to hit for some of you. You have family, you have a child or children with who this is. And so both of you, I feel, are like, especially with this person, Gemini, they they only left because they were frustrated, but it's almost like both of you are having to heal from the, toxicity experienced in the connection. Okay. But you still almost, it's like you're wanting that attachment. You see how the strings are attached? I feel like this person still has a pull on you. Okay. So now what's stopping you from getting what you want is love call. That seems kind of obvious. I want to clarify it though. Wow. 9 of Swords in reverse. There it is. That's Mars in your sign. Yeah, someone expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you and letting you know. I think really one of the major things that's stopping you from getting what you want is you simply getting out of your head and saying something. A lot of you, I think what you're desiring is maybe, because you have the devil here, I think a number of you could be desiring, like, what you want in this connection is for this person to come in or be almost like to stop resisting temptation, because the devil can represent temptation. So you may be like wanting this person to come in and, it's like, you can't help it. It's like you're saying to this person, come on, you can't help it. Come back in. Right. And what's stopping you from getting what you want, if you really want to connect with this person, is you maybe taking the first step and stepping out of your comfort zone with the Page of Wands and expressing yourself, telling this person, or even just saying hello. Okay. Because look, love call. The only thing stopping you from what you want here is picking up the phone and making a call. Okay. Just telling this person, hey, I'm thinking of you, that's it. Effort. Eight of Pentacles. Almost like the willingness to put in the work. And that's not just on you. That's also on this person. Okay. What's stopping you all from getting what you want is like reality. How do I say this? I think you all understand what I'm saying. Like, yeah, look at the moon. Like, as I'm seeing the moon, it's like getting out of the whole energy of, and this, again, if it's not you, don't own it. But getting out of the space of, oh, but this is how everything is supposed to go. And, our feelings and emotions and how much we love each other, that should be enough to, that should be enough to make the relationship work. And what they're saying is like, it's interesting because what does your person have? Not enough. Like, almost like love, the love we have for one another is not enough. There needs to be, effort, or your person's like, oh, the love I have to give is not enough. And it's like, no, there literally are things that need to be worked on. Okay. This is kind of saying like everything is going to be, rainbows and sunshines and unicorns. Okay. And it's like, I think there needs to be, in order for this to, or in order for you to at least get what you want, Gemini, there needs to be effort. Okay. And maybe there's something about slow and steady, moving at a slow pace and taking things day by day, focusing on things one day at a time. Okay. Almost like what's stopping this from you getting what you want is Nine of Swords is like an energy of thinking. I know everybody's like, okay, it is an energy of like kind of anxiety and worry and catastrophizing, if I'm saying that right. And it's like, oh my God, what happens if I do this? What happens if I do that? And instead, it's like literally, this is someone just saying, I can't keep overthinking this. I can't keep, fantasizing and being in this place of like, this is what I want it to be. And this is what I want my love life to look like. And it's like, they're saying, if that's what you want, the first step is a message, a phone call, a step in the right direction with the Eight of Pentacles. And maybe for both of you, looking at realistically areas with yourselves of where can I improve? This is like taking almost like accountability, where can I improve? How can I be better? How can I take what's happened here in this connection? Because the Eight of Pentacles is about self-improvement. Okay. I'm hearing a new approach. The thinking is over. That's what I'm getting. Like there's been enough thinking, between the Nine of Swords and the Five of Swords. Somebody's got to do something. Somebody's got to say something. All right. Or not. And that's fine too. So now you have twin flames in reverse being the result of what's currently going on. So I'll get into this over on the extended. The link is in the description, top of the comments. And we're going to dive into your person's feelings overall about the situation and the relationship and what they're, wanting overall with you, what they think is going to happen. Okay. Obviously, we're going to clarify twin flames in reverse. We're going to talk about, the outcome that I'm getting with you two, best potential, timeline of forward movement, and what is the call to action? What are you being called to do? What's your person being called to do? Okay. So Gemini, I will see some of you over on the other side. All right. If you feel like the next part is going to benefit you, if this is where we part ways, love you all. Good luck with everything. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Peace.